Hello everyone, welcome back to the .NET Office. In this video, we are going to discuss about NgSwitch in Angular 15. In the previous video, where we have discussed about the ng if, else and then condition. So let's understand what is the NgSwitch in Angular 15. So this NgSwitch is just like the it's basically similar to the switch case which we use to have in the different programming languages. Like in the switch case, based on the condition, it check particular condition, and according to that, it execute that respective code. And apart from that, in this NgSwitch, it also has the default case. In the default case, like if any matching case is not matching, then it go to the default case and it execute that respective code. Now, this NgSwitch is basically a combination of the two directives. We have already understand and learned about the directive in the previous video. If you are not seen that video, I recommend please watch what is the directive in Angular 15. So NgSwitch is basically a collection of the two directives, that is the attribute directive and the structural directive. Now NgSwitch help us to show and hide element from the DOM based on the cases, just like the ng if condition. NgSwitch also help us to show or hide the DOM element based on the condition. In NgSwitch, we can define the default value as well as if any cases is not matching. So that we will see in a bit. Now, if we are going to talk about the NgSwitch, then we have to understand a couple of the things. And what is that? First is the NgSwitch. Next, NgSwitch case and NgSwitch default. So basically, in the NgSwitch, we give the condition. In NgSwitch case, what we put like which case is matching. In NgSwitch default, we keep if any case is not matching, then it will execute the default case. So this is the basically I would say the things which we use under the NgSwitch. Now let's understand it with an example. So let's go to the Visual Studio Code, and here like we have already defined like what is the the title, basically using the interpolation we are getting. When you will run this application, it will show like this is the application because this title is coming from the component. Now to define the NgSwitch case here, let's write the code, and here what we will do, I will take one drop down. This drop down, what I will do, I will take some value, and when I will select according to this drop down, it will get all the values. So option, and inside this option value, so like I'm using just similar to the like we used to have in the HTML drop down. So similar to that I'm taking. So select color. So what I'm taking, I'm just taking a drop down from where we will select the color. So option, and here I'm going to take value as a R, and this is and value equal to R, and now here this color is for the red. Similar to this one, I'm going to take couple more colors, and this is for green, I would say green here, and any other like any color we can take as a blue. So here I'm taking blue, and if any case is not matching, then I'm taking another option, and that is for the default color. Like this, and here I'm taking as a T. So any value you can give, any color you can choose according to you. So when you will save at point of this time, we will see a drop down here. So you can see it like this. So we are seeing all the drop down. Let me increase the size and see properly. So this is the drop down which we created. Now next thing what we have to do, we have to implement the switch case. So for that one, first let me take the div based on that we show the data. Now inside this div, what we have to do, we have to take NgSwitch. So that is the keyword, we use it. Now here we have to give the condition, and what we have to give the color. So basically like this property I will define in the component. As of now I'm keeping it as a color. Inside this one I'm going to take another div. Now in this div, so this is the condition NgSwitch. So in the here I told this is the switch, so this will come here. Now next is the NgSwitch case. So that we will put inside this one. Means as a cases, I'm taking this one, NgSwitch case, and if NgSwitch case is equal to R, then what we will say like S3 I'm taking, and I'm taking as a style I'm just putting. So color I'm putting as in red. So we will get it like it is this is red color. So this is like formatted. So this is basically div for color red. Now similar to this one I will do for the green. So let's take it as a Z, and here I'm taking as a green, and I'm just writing green here. Similar to this one I will take another for blue, just similar to this one. So we are just taking the values based on the condition, so like this. Now if any case is not matching, then we have to take the default, and that is like, so here like for the matching cases we are using the NgSwitch case. Now for the default we have NgSwitch default, so that we have to use here. So default here. So for default, what I will do here, like I'm not taking any color for this one. Let's take the default color, and I'm saying, hey, this is default color. So this is the way, like what we have done here, we have just simply created all the div and all the like basically like all the div, and based on that I have put the cases and I'm taking all the value. So as of now it is giving the issue, and obviously it will give because we don't have this color property. So it is saying like this color property is not there, so that we have to define. So before that, let's attach one event for this drop down, because when we will click on this particular drop down, then it should go to this, like it should change the value of this color, and based on that it will show the particular div. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attach one change event to this drop down. So change, and after that what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a one method here. So that is set color, and inside this one what we are going to pass, we are going to pass the event. So this event I'm going to pass it here. Now obviously we have to define this also. So let's come here, and we have to define first the color property, and then we have to define the like this event. So first let's define the public and color. So this should match, like we have defined like in the HTML side, so it should match to that one. Now next we have to define the method. So here, so color, and we have to like this any. So like let's change this value also. So color, well here I'm going to put, now this dot color is equal to color well dot target dot. So this is the way we have defined it. Now we can see it is successfully compiling. Now let's see on the browser it is working as expected or not. So currently it is not, we have not selected anything, it's empty. Let's select red, so it is showing the red. If I select green, if I select blue, or if I select default color, for default color it is not showing anything. So let's see why for the default color it is not working. So let's go on the HTML side, see. So NgSwitch default. Okay, so for the default we have the like spelling mistake we have done. So DFAULD. So that's correct. Now let's run it on the browser. You can see like currently if we don't have any color, it is saying this is default color. For the green, for the red it is correct, for blue and default color. So it is coming default color. So this is the way basically we use the switch keys. Nothing like 3 points. One is the NgSwitch, where we have to define the like the property, like the field, and then all the switch cases, whatever we are looking, we are putting in the div case. And if the case is not matching, we are putting under the NgSwitch default. And here I have put the drop down. So same, I will put this code on my GitHub link. You can find that GitHub link in the description section. So that's it for this video. If you have any question and doubt, please comment. Thank you.